MapleStory 2 has a massive expansion dropping, Cuisine Royale is headed for consoles, and Realm Royale dropped on Nintendo Switch by complete surprise. What's up everybody, Colt here for MMOHuts.com, filling in for James Blonde with the weekly recap for the week of May 31st, 2019. First up, Barnes and ENA have announced today that their title Astellia Online is available for pre-order from their website below. The first closed beta event for the game will run from June 25th to July 1st, with the legendary level of pre-order package granting access to the first test. In fact, legendary package holders are the only ones guaranteed access to every testing phase. Barnes and ENA have done a ton of work to prep this game for its Western launch, including removing gender locks on characters like the Assassin. This decision was revealed in a recent developer blog which focused heavily on the topic of gender locks. Hi-Res Studios' entry into the Battle Royale genre, Realm Royale, has officially entered closed beta on the Nintendo Switch. Over 10 million players are already taking up arms in the popular third-person shooter on other platforms, where players choose classes and hunt down not only opponents, but weapons and powerful abilities to guide them to victory. As it stands right now, you'll have to purchase the Founders Pack to join in on the closed beta for Switch, but the game is scheduled to go free to play later this year to match up with the other consoles. Speaking of big launches, Hopland Entertainment announced the start of their big Heavy Metal Machines Esports tournament this week. It will take place primarily on the South American server, but players from all over the world are welcome to enter the tournament, featuring almost $4,000 in cash prizes. The tournament will take place in two phases. The first is the qualifier phase, which will run until June 29th. This will be followed by the playoffs, where the 8 highest ranked teams in the qualifiers will face off against each other. After 2 years of early access, Minion Masters is finally going into its official launch. This combination of card game, MOBA, and tower defense drew in over 1.5 million players in early access phase and received a ton of feedback to help shape the game into its current form. To coincide with this launch, a new update was revealed entitled Bones and Bravery. The update features 8 new cards, some all-new mechanics, and the biggest minion ever seen in the game. The main new mechanic for the update is called Accursed Ascension, and works like this. Once you collect enough spectral essence from accursed cards, you can summon a horde of skeletons from fallen enemies or even the mighty dragon Nirvir. A new master was also teased known as Morelia the Lich Queen. Finally, the update will feature a new battle pass for 1,500 rubies, which will grant players access to every last reward the update has to offer. If you don't feel like purchasing it though, there's also a free track which will still get you some neat stuff. While we're on the subject of teases, EVE Online teased the new expansion that's set to drop this week called Invasion. The Triglavian forces will be coming to known space for the first time in this update, and players will have to fight for their territory as the Triglavian forces attempt to lay siege to it. There will be 3 new ships added to the Tech 2 category from this powerful enemy force, as well as new additions to the Mutaplasmid system. In addition to all the new things to see, there have been updates to the War Declaration system, as well as new content and quality of life changes to the agency. My.com and NetEase have launched a new expansion for Revelation Online entitled Heaven and Earth this week. This update adds new high-level content and new features for all groups of adventurers. One of these is a new Zodiac dungeon called the Temple of the 12. This dungeon hosts 12 unique Zodiac bosses which have a minimum level requirement of 59 to challenge. The dungeon will scale to the player's group level, which ensures that 5-player groups will have an appropriate challenge when they tackle this dungeon. Some key rewards from the Temple of the 12 include summoning tokens and experience items to maintain and upgrade your new battle companion, one of the new major features of the expansion. This is a pet that will dive into combat with you no matter where you are. Each battle companion will also have their own special ultimate ability and several class talents to pick from. Aside from these, the update will also include a new wedding system and a family oath system. Full details on how these systems will work can be found in the description below. The Ship of Heroes team released a new video for Memorial Day showing off some new technical aspects of the game. The first part of the video shows off a fire devastator doing battle with some Prometheans. The hero in question's level 1, but the Prometheans are level 2 and 3 and are also color-coded. After this battle, they showed off the sorceress upgrading her powers. If you're interested in Ship of Heroes, it's worth checking out. Twitch Prime and Riot Games have teamed up to offer 4 months of exclusive League of Legends loot starting this week. Prime members can acquire a Rift Herald's capsule that contains 2 random skin shards, a legendary skin shard, and an exclusive emote. Once you've claimed this first capsule, you'll automatically receive another every 30 days for 4 months. A Rift Herald's capsule, Red Buffs capsule, Blue Buffs capsule, and a Baron's capsule. The final capsule contains a permanent legendary skin, in addition to another random skin shard and an exclusive emote. Players will have until August 28th to claim the first capsule and ensure they receive all of the future rewards. Armored Warfare revealed a third season this week called Moscow Calling. Unlike previous seasons, this season will be treated as a full story arc instead of being split into multiple parts. It'll feature 4 new missions, new achievements to unlock, and a special cooperative gameplay mode. One of the major changes to the game is adding more things to do after the recent expansion to the collection of vehicles. You can also receive improved contact mission rewards, and of course there will be a ton of bug fixes and mechanics enhancements to look forward to, including commander progression systems, daily bonuses, smoke visuals, and the armor viewer. Neverwinter's new Undermountain expansion experienced a small setback in the console world this week, with its new release date being pushed back to June 18th. Since this is the largest expansion in the game's history, more time was needed to bring the Mad Mage's realm to life in all of its absolutely massive glory on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. When it does launch, console players will have the new level cap of 80 to look forward to, as well as a complete overhaul of class powers and feats, 5 brand new adventure zones, and a new endgame dungeon. Gamingo announced a new huge update coming to the PC edition of the voxel MMO Trove entitled Going Green. This update adds new vegetables and other features for gardeners. Players will now be able to reach the gardening rank of horticulturist, and those players can explore new habitats to acquire new, unique allies. These include flowered fairies and apple shell snails, among others. Any Trovian ranked gardener or above can now also try new crafting stations. The vegetable sink can be used to wash fresh harvest, which can be turned into edible items or added to other recipes. The compost bin allows players to turn unwanted goods into organic refuse. With the harvesting bench, players can also craft mounts, decorative plants, and ally homes. This update also adds a host of new features and items to make gardening more complex and fun, and even features a new dragon, Karamet, the Warden of the Fields, which can even be used as a mount. Brawlhalla's latest patch notes were revealed this week for Update 3.43 Sword of the Raven. This update includes a new feature where crossover characters no longer require you to use the base legend. For example, if you want to use the Shovel Knight epic crossover, but you don't own Nash, you can still use Shovel Knight. You can also claim the new social media weapon Sword of the Raven. This is available for all platforms and can be accessed via the link down in our description. Darkflow Software and Gaijin Entertainment are bringing their unique Battle Royale game known as Cuisine Royale to consoles. Cuisine Royale is now live on Xbox One preview program, and Xbox owners everywhere can now download and experience the gun shooting, spellcasting, physics warping mayhem for themselves. In this game, you'll unlock new spells to use in battle as well as cosmetic items based on your performance. Each month, a new season comes out that adds a different flavor of items to the game for players to try. The current theme is Wild West, which of course means 6 shooters, cowboy hats, and plenty more. MapleStory 2's biggest update hit this week as well on the Nexon launcher and on Steam. The Awakening expansion increases the level cap, adds a new class, a second job rank for all classes, new raids, and much more. The Striker class is a new melee-focused class that uses a whirlwind of fists and feet to deal damage to enemies as quickly as possible. All players will also receive a free character slot with this update, so you can make your own Striker if you desire. With that, the level cap also raises from 60 to 70. For a bonus, players who log in before June 26th will receive a Striker Daily Wonder on the first character they log in with. Players who log in every day will receive even more items, including a Canola Bonito ground mount, a Floating Lotus air mount, a specially made Iron Fist Knuckles weapon skin for the Striker, and a full Hysteria outfit skin. In a final bit of news, Jason got to sit down with Ken Hall from the Destiny Sword development team to talk about their new MMORPG, which features a strong focus on mental health of your characters. To check it out in full, head on over to MMOHuts.com. Well, that's all the news for this week. Feel free to let us know what you're excited about down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and keep it locked on MMOHuts.com for all the latest gaming news and reviews.